Hi, boys and girls. In this video, we're going to be going over the word problem of the day answer for Monday, May 11th. We're going to go ahead and get started right now. I like to always read the word problem out. Campground allows a maximum of 12 campers in the campsite. How many campsites does a group of 187 campers need? Let's go ahead and first start with an answer sentence. I'm going to divide up my area into answer sentence, model, expression, and solving. First step is answer sentence. And my question is, how many campsites does a group of 187 campers need? So what I'll do is I'll say that 187 campers need, and I'll say 187 campers need blank campsites. And a period. All right, and you know what? It looks like campsites isn't really used as one word. It's kind of a copy error on my part. I'm going to put copy error to remind myself. Campsites is 2 words. It even says it up there, so I'm going to fix that up. Needs blank campsites. I'm going to move this down so it's a little bit easier for me to write. Needs blank campsites. All right, now I'm ready to go ahead and look at solving this. I think what I'll do is I'll use a unit bar. In my unit bar, I think what I will do is I will have a unit bar to show the campers, and then I'll divide all the campers up into campsites and put them into campsites. So we'll just call these the campers. And then we'll go ahead and add a unit bar. And then we'll go ahead and start adding things to it based on what's going on in the story problem. A campground allows a maximum of 12 campers in a campsite. So what we want to do is we're going to go ahead and put campers into campsites. So it says that we'll make one campsite right here. Imagine like a little space in the forest where there's a fire pit and room for some tents, and that's what's called a campsite. This will be the first campsite, campsite 1. Our story problem tells us that we can have a maximum of 12 campers in a campsite. So let's go ahead and put 12 of our campers in the one campsite. I think we've used everything in this problem. So let's go ahead and cross it out. But before I move on, I want to do one more thing. I have the first campsite, and I know there's going to be 187 campers. So we're not just going to have one campsite, but we don't know yet how many total. So let's go ahead and put 3 dots to show that we don't want to write down all the campsites because we just don't know how many we're going to need. But we are going to have a last campsite. And we'll call this one, this is the first campsite. This will be the last campsite. And we can put a maximum of 12 people in the last campsite too. We still don't know how many total campsites we're going to need. So let's go ahead and put a question, we'll put here, and it looks like we'll put our question mark right here for total campsites. We know we're going to have one. We know we're going to have a last one. We just don't know how many total we're going to need. And then we already put in our question mark right here. So we've got that taken care of. Our question mark is right here. So I think the last thing we got to do is look and see that 187 campers. That's all the campers. So I'm going to put that at the very end of my unit bar to show that's the total number of campers we need to put into campsites. All right, I think I'm ready to go ahead and start solving this. Or, I'm sorry, I need my expression. So let's go ahead and we'll take a look at our expression right now. It looks like we have 187 campers that we need to divide into into groups of 12 in a campsite. So we're going to take 187. We're going to divide that by 12, which is the number of campers in one campsite. And our question mark, our quotient, will be the total number of campsites that we will need. So let's go set up some dividing over here. We'll put 187 inside our dividing box. 12 will go outside the dividing box. Can't do anything with the 1, but we can do something with 18. 12 times 1 is 12. 18 minus 12 is 6. Drop down is 7. I know that 12 times 5 is 60. Now I have a remainder. I have 15 total campsites, or 15 total campsites with 12 campers. But now I have some campers left over. 7 campers. What I would do is I wouldn't say, well, you guys can't be in a campsite. Sorry. No, what I would do is I would add one more campsite. So I have 15 campsites with 12 people in them. That's the maximum number of people I can have. But I'll put these into an additional campsite. So now I'm going to raise the number of campsites from 15. I'm going to add one more to put these 7 people in it. So 15 plus one more campsite is 16. So 187 campers need 16 total campsites. If you added that additional campsite from 15 to 16, good job. You were reading the problem and interpreting the remainder correctly. All right, great job, boys and girls. Thanks for checking your word problem of the day. Make sure you keep this around for our final word problem of the day test on Friday. This will be a cheat sheet that can help you if the word problem is similar. Thank you, boys and girls. Bye-bye.